Hello. So yesterday someone on Reddit asked me how this technique of using bevel weights instead of edge creases for subdivision hard surface modeling works, and I realized that I don't have any good tutorial to link to that. So I was like, you know what? Let me just make one myself. Now I don't know any good tutorial. There probably is a better one, but if you guys know a good tutorial, feel free to link that in the comments. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna record one to show how I do it myself. So I hope you guys can learn something from this. Um, so this technique really starts with trying to keep the poly count of your base mesh as low as possible. So I'm gonna do the classic merging two cylinders exercise here to show where this technique really stands out. And you're gonna see that I started with a very low poly count circle to make a cylinder. Um, it's a 12 vertex circle. Actually, let me do 45 degrees here. Now I'm gonna create another circle that I'm going to be merging here with 8 vertices. That's like about that. About that, I'm gonna make this sort of a Y-shaped thing. So use face project for that, and we'll just extrude it outwards. So this is where things start to get funky, because since our poly count is so low, we are going to be abusing of end guns on this model. So let's get started, I guess. Like that here. So let me just close these holes here. Alright, so we have a closed mesh. We have plenty of end guns here, like one here, and I'm gonna mark all of the edges I want to be sharp with a bevel weight of 1. You can always lower this if you want to have sharper edges on one place, or and rounder, more round edges on another. But yeah. So the next thing is we're gonna add a bevel modifier. I'm using HardOps bevel here, but you don't need to. It's faster, it's more convenient. It's alright. So about this is done. I'm gonna change the limit method to weight, so it's only gonna bevel the edges we marked as with bevel weight. Now I'm gonna put a subdivision subdivision surface modifier here. You can see that Blender is already taking care of most of our smoothing here. It's actually pretty asymmetric right now, so I'm gonna add a proximity loop here to try to limit it more. Unmark this here. Yeah, so it's starting to look a lot better. I want more rounded on the bottom there, so yeah, I think that looks good. So you see that Blender is taking care of that weird geometry we had. Like, you would see these end guns and think like, what that couldn't be good. But so what is happening is that when you let me just apply this here, you see that those end guns become poles, so they are all quads in the end. So like, you won't be getting weird shading. I'll actually show with like a matcap here. It's pretty good. So this is where this technique really shows useful, because we are not doing that, like beveling this edge here and trying to smooth it all by hand. It's just on Blender, and we can keep the creativity to ourselves. So if you want this junction here to be sharper, you could also mark that with a bevel weight, and it would work perfectly. You can increase the bevel size. You can decrease the bevel size to make it sharper. Keep it like this. if you want this to be even more rounded, you can just dissolve that edge and it will be like completely rounded. You can also use this to make holes on stuff. I'm gonna not. Let me actually make that like that because I think I liked how that looked. You can also use that to make holes on stuff. So I'm gonna make a hole here. I'm just gonna hide those modifiers. So let's start with like delete that and do a bit of weird stuff here. Like that. Also, I'm gonna make an end here because I don't care about end guns. Yeah. Like that. Let me just lower the bevel size here because it's too much right now. You see how it actually shades pretty well. It's a bit weird here, so I'm gonna try to change this a little bit. I can also always make an end gun to help you out. Like that, and it already looks a lot better. So yeah, you know, just start fiddling with stuff and see how it works out for you. So this is a very useful technique, and if you want to change the bevel weight anytime, you can. So like, let's say I want like this corner here to be sharper, I could just while keeping these like they are right now, so I can just decrease the bevel weight here to like 0.3, and these corners are going to be sharp while the others keep the same roundness. I don't know if this is right, but yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you could learn something. See you next time. If you guys have any doubt, just leave in the comments. I'm not a YouTube guy. Sorry. Well, see ya.